us on season 7, episode 38, where we watch the Prank Panel, season 1, episode 1. You do repo, I do valet. I'm Chris Lorenz.
It'll bring a tear to your glass eye. This is Brian.
Oh, that was very good, Brian. Look, it's Johnny Knoxville. This is Noah Singer.
Pranks, but no pranks. This is Johnny Maxville.
Ooh.
If this is your first time joining us, we watch a different reality show, figuring out if it's good or bad. Each week, last week, we watched King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch. We had a top, middle, bottom third on the podcast.
Yeah.
And the poll came out to be bottom third.
Man, that's why we got to leave Twitter. That's why we got to get out of Twitter.
Yeah, it's all Elon's fault.
It's all blue checks now.
All right, Noah, what show do we watch this week?
Everyday people pitch pranks targeting family members, friends, and coworkers to panel the world's greatest pranksters. Johnny Knoxville, Eric Andre, and Gabourey Sidibe formed the all-star panel of Prankspurts, taking viewers behind the scenes as they help to plot and plan elaborate and diabolical schemes. The panelists serve as mentors and saboteurs, with celebrity guests sometimes joining the fun. And I will correct myself. I believe it's Gabourey Sidibe, not Sidibe, or Sidibe. I don't know, but it's definitely not Sidibe. So check myself. That is Prank Panel on ABC.
Okay, I figured out why. Excuse me, why she is famous. She is in Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
Yes. You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea who this lady was.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why she's a prankster.
Well, no, she's one of history's most notorious pranksters. I have no explanation. I'm just saying.
Oh.
She was also in 98 episodes of Empire.
Wow.
If you watched Empire.
I've seen ads for that show.
It's supposed to be very good.
When it first came on, I was like, oh, that better not be that Nailed It lady. And it was not the Nailed It lady.
98 episodes of a show just to even be on is impressive. But for her to be 98, she's doing stuff.
Yeah, to be clear, she's an actor, and I think she's pretty funny. Like the cuts, her like jokes in the show are actually really good.
I agree. Like I really like her on the show. I don't know why she's considered a prankster though.
Was she in the? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody has to internet corner that. No, that's your job. That's your job.
I am in the corner.
Oh, okay.
There is nothing in her history.
All right. We're gonna go past this unless.
Well, no. Check this out. No.
What are we doing over there? Okay. All right. So we're watching another prank show. Like 3 weeks ago, we watched Celebrity Prank Wars.
Oh my goodness.
It's hard to not compare the show to Celebrity Prank Wars.
It's so funny.
Which is the Kevin Hart show with what's his face?
Community Joel.
Yeah.
The guy that married Mariah Carey.
Joel McHale.
No, Joe McHale was the guest of the show.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you're right. Nick Cannon. That's right. You're right. Wow. Okay. This show has literally the exact same ingredients as that show, but the cocktail they make is so much better.
Much better. Much better.
Like night and day.
Yeah. Basically, what Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon did was, like, let's call it 5 parts alcohol, 1 part sweetener. This show does it right. 1 part alcohol, 1 part sweetener, call it a day.
I don't understand the reference, but so the major difference between those shows is that Johnny Knoxville and Eric Andre actually do pranks for on TV for a living. They prank people, and they're not pranking other celebrities. They're just pranking random people. And clearly, I think the pranks are designed much better.
They have a theme. They are thematically applicable to the person getting pranked. Whereas, excuse me, the other show, they were just, one of their pranks was, let's strap somebody to a remote controlled wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so hard though not to compare because this show's good. That show is maybe one of the worst ever made. It's like-
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Zan. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this show for a bit. So we got Johnny Knoxville and Eric Andre. Obviously, one from Jackass and one from the Eric Andre show. And what was that movie he was in? Where he was like a prank road trip movie.
Oh yeah.
I liked that movie. It was pretty funny. I don't remember. Somebody
Yeah.
look it up.
Bad
Anyway,
Trip?
what? Bad Trip. Yeah.
Bad Trip? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. If you haven't seen that, you should watch that. It's
Oh.
very Bull Rat-esque.
He's been in 2 Jackass movies. He's
Yeah,
in
he
the
was
Jackass cinematic universe.
Yeah, he was in the last Jackass movie. And funny part, so in the beginning of this show, Eric Andre walks up and John Knoxville's, hey, look at that like picture or something. And then the picture explodes at like something, some like thing explodes out in Eric Andre's face. That's exactly what they did in the last Jackass movie.
It's
Like
pretty good.
Like he was like ordering food or something, and they just had this thing blow out in his face. And it's pretty funny. Anyway.
It's just amazing how like the smallest joke and like friendship between them just made the show so much better.
Yeah, I mean, like even just the clips of the three of them in the studio as like they're interviewing these people to do their pranks, whatever. Who knows how real that part is? But like the jokes are so fun. They look like they're having fun, unlike, the other show we watched.
I may need to read something from the Wikipedia page for the prank panel. Eric Andre quit filming the show multiple times due to Knoxville's incessant pranking of him, but he's finally coaxed to return with Knoxville making a truce.
That is great. Johnny Knoxville doing good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So it starts off like it's kind of got this like European, like British panel part where like the three of them come out on a stage, and then they roll a clip like on Taskmaster of them picking the people they're gonna prank. So they kind of have this rolling window thing that they filmed before, rolling door thing that they filmed before.
The way Eric Andre describes it is it's Shark Tank, but for pranks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people come in and pitch their prank. And there was some couple funny ones. There was like
so many people are like, my prank is my friend has to think he murdered me.
Yeah, it was
really bad. Yeah,
a lot of murder.
Diana wanted to prank Antonio by going into his like cigar store and pretending like the cigar made her choke and die.
Yep.
What a good prank.
Yeah, you really like. It's kind of funny because like if you give this platform to people, you're gonna naturally get some real sick shit, like real dark stuff.
But I legitimately thought that was going to be the prank for a while because they spent a good amount of time on this thing,
right?
And they let Gabbery, I can't. Whatever.
Gabourey Sidibe.
I'm gonna call her Gabby. Gabby makes some really fun jokes about this, and I was like, "Oh, this is it." And then they get through a couple other people, like, I guess that's not the prank we're doing.
Yeah, it was a bit of a curveball. I'm glad they didn't do that one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that would have been a good like base for a prank, like go to the cigar store, but like killing yourself in the cigar store, fake killing yourself. Maybe she wanted to like get mouth to mouth from this guy.
No.
That also seemed like part of what she wanted.
They definitely dwelled on that a little bit. They were like, "Do you have a crush on him?" And she giggles a little bit too much. I think it was just editing.
It's possible. About a lot of showing the same clip over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So the real prank is Alan wants to prank his wife Alex. They do weddings, so they're like the officiants at weddings, and they wanted to set up a fake wedding where she marries a brother and sister. And it's kind of like this is a great prank for TV because we're in on it and we're watching this thing roll down we're watching like funny things kind of happen and like innuendos being made, and it's like really like that part's really fun.
It really worked for me, yeah.
There's like a section where somebody falls on the table breaks away and all the cake falls on them, which like really sets the day up to be like some sort of disaster.
They really did a good job of just like peppering like all these like little things in there. Like the main joke was there, but
innuendos.
Yeah, like it's a little distraction too, because you think like that thing's innocuous, like nobody's gonna think about like, oh, that part is a prank, somebody just really messed up.
Yeah,
and then it's a distraction for the real thing. You're only thinking about that for the rest of the day.
The vowels they were given were the real funny part. Like oh, you got your mom's eyes. Like we're all like, oh yeah, she literally does. She, like, and they were talking about when we used to come in the window because they locked our doors as a kid. Like just like those little innuendo things worked so well.
It was excellent. Yeah, it was very well done.
I mean, this is Johnny Knoxville's prank, so he really stepping it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we suspending our disbelief?
What do you mean?
Like, do we truly believe that Alan walked in with this prank made up, ready to go, or did he sit down with the writers?
I think that Johnny Knoxville has a big investment in this show to make it work well.
True.
So, like, he's obviously involved in this prank. Like, this is like his prank.
Yes.
He's the one picking all the stuff. Now, did this guy come in and be like, this is the prank I want to run? I don't know. Probably not. They probably had a meeting with a producer beforehand to be like, let's punch it up like this, you know?
Yeah.
Like
when,
that.
When Johnny Knoxville is on your team, just let him run with it.
Yeah.
Actually, Alan's original idea was like, she has to marry a woman and a goat or something.
Yeah. That's true. They did have a fun conversation together, like at the panel, to be like, you're not bringing anything to this prank. There's not a plan for the prank. Right. And Johnny Knoxville, he's like, what do you mean? It's a fake wedding. That's the plan. I just go into fake New Jersey accent there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to believe it's real. Maybe because like I just am wanting to believe. But I feel like Johnny Knoxville's integrity almost would be like, no, it is going to be believable, right? Because like he's done so many things in his life that are unbelievable. I don't see why he would start now.
I mean, all three of these people are also actors. So
yeah, that's fair.
I think that there's some reality to this. It might be the first time the three of them hear the pranks, though. That could be very believable to me. But the other thing while this wedding was going on, they have this guy like Pramod Kumar. He's like this Indian guy, and he's playing, like he's doing the DJing for the people as they're coming in. And Johnny Knoxville's just telling him to interrupt the whole ceremony. Like she's coming down the aisle. And he's like, say, happy day, have a happy day. And he would like scream it out in the middle of this thing, which is very not kosher for a wedding.
He was awesome though. I really like him.
I think he's in 5 episodes according to IMDb. So he'll be back.
I think he plays a lot of small parts in shows and movies, like memorable but small things.
Yeah. So overall, I thought this prank went really well. Like when it was revealed, well, the reveal was pretty good too. They had that guy come in and try to like arrest them, like the husband and the wife, for marrying a brother and sister, which you can't do. Is against state law or law of humanity somewhere. And then it was revealed that was a prank. She acted pretty good. Like how you'd want somebody to act, like, like, you know, God damn it, you pranked me.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't. Like once she actually picked up on it, her reaction was much more mild than I would have been. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I mean, I would have just sort of shuffled off the stage as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Which is roughly what she did.
Yeah,
I mean,
basically what she did. Yeah.
If Johnny Knoxville pranked me, I'm like, okay, all right, let's go. That was fun.
It's also unclear she actually knows who Johnny Knoxville is.
She was like, "Oh, are you real?" I don't know.
And the husband was like, "It's Johnny Knoxville." Like, I definitely don't know she knows it was him.
It doesn't. I'm just saying, like, if Johnny Knoxville pranked me, I'm like, okay, let's do it.
It's great.
If Brian pranks me, it's not okay.
No,
it's just
not
another
not
day.
okay.
Another day.
Another day.
Quick update. Pramod Kumar, also in a recent show we watched, Jury Duty on Freevee. He's one of the jurors.
Oh yeah,
big year.
Yeah, big year for him. Crushing it.
Yeah, very memorable.
He's crushing it.
One other thing, I guess, is the production company. Let me pull up the production. God damn it! What is my phone doing?
They also pranked some people. Like, so a lot of the people at the wedding were actors, and then they also like put out a Craigslist ad apparently saying like, "Hey, come to this wedding." Yeah. And they quickly panned like a couple of them in the audience, and they're just like, they're so stoned, like, and they were really like out of it.
They definitely look stoned. And then they get back to this whole like panel part of the show where they have the three of them in this like live audience, and they're there, and and they're like, Johnny brings them is like, they're just as high as they were the day of, and they asked them, you know, when did it seem everything was wrong, and they're like, when we got a Craigslist ad for a wedding. So yeah, so that's how they got them.
Yeah, and you're only going to get people the only people responding to that ad are going to be the same people responding appropriately to this fake wedding.
I mean, like, hey, come get some free food at this wedding. It doesn't sound like a terrible ad to go to respond to.
No.
I feel like we gotta get on Craigslist more. Like Nathan for You, Craigslist. Prank panel, Craigslist. We're missing out.
We're so missing out.
What section are these in? Missed connections? No.
Like maybe the gig?
Acting gigs?
I'm going to go on Craigslist. I haven't been on Craigslist in quite some time.
Tell us if they updated the UI. Okay.
They've not.
It's the same.
All right. So the production company of this show is ITV America. And they've done a bunch of other shows we've done. They did Snack versus Chef, which we haven't done, but they did How to Build a Sex Room.
Oh.
And one of my favorite shows of 2022, My Mom, Your Dad.
Oh yeah.
They were the production company of Queer Eye for 52 episodes. Assembly Required, which is the show we've done.
They've done Alone. They did Love Island. They did Crank Yankers.
Oh, good. They've jumped so far.
Man.
They've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're big. They're big.
What's the company? Which
ITV America.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. They did Cake Boss. They did Duck Dynasty.
Oh, Cake Boss.
They did Forged in Fire.
Ooh.
Oh.
I wonder how big they like. This got to be. Oh man, it's a huge company.
Well, you can go look them up.
It's a British company. I think we've done this on a pod before. I remember looking into what ITV is.
Yeah, I mean they do a lot. Like I just mentioned, like 5 shows that they've done that we've done. So anyway, back to this prank. So the first prank was really good. I had a really good time. I think the whole wedding atmosphere was all bring the funny.
It was excellent. Yeah.
So then the second prank was this prank where they had this collections guy. He does collections. What was his name, Brian?
I don't even know. I don't remember.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brady.
Was it Brandon? It was Brandon.
It was Brandon.
Marquis wanted to prank Brandon. So Marquis was in a situationship with Brandon, and Brandon is apparently a pranker. So Marquis wanted to prank Brandon, and his idea was which they didn't really go into what Marquis' idea was here. He was just like, he does collections and something to do with a car. So
He was like, there's something there. And they were just like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
Which they didn't give him as much shit as they gave the other guy.
I mean, admittedly, some people showed up and their idea was like, we got to prank my buddy.
Well, but the edit made it seem like who knows what people's actually.
Sure.
So the prank is that they're going to go to this fancy restaurant and they're going to valet his car, and they're going to swap his car with a car that looks very similar, and then go and like destroy this car, do some cool like stunt driving with the car, and he's going to think this car is destroyed and he's going to be pissed. And that's exactly what happens.
I thought this was a great prank setup, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't think this was nearly as good as the first prank.
I agree. I
Like,
guess my bar is so low that this was
Like,
fine.
I think it's got to be fun to watch the setup and the build up and watch the prank. Like, it wasn't that fun to like watch this guy get his car valeted and then him come in and get his like, they like broke his windshield wiper and then like was smashing on the car. Like, that wasn't that fun. It was fun. He like goes around and like they have a bunch of props in the parking lot that he just runs over, which was fun. They like go through some paint and some fruit, and then eventually goes into this like propane stand and they have like some sort of pyro setup. That was fun.
That was good.
Yeah.
A little obvious, perhaps, but
Yeah.
it was good.
Yes. Definitely not as creative. Like, once you kind of get like the scene set up, it was very execution, where even with the scene set up for Knoxville, it was really creative in the execution.
Yeah. So like the guy's obviously pissed because his car's like destroyed. Everyone would be pissed. Like, no matter who you are, it's your car. Like, you're not gonna be happy about them running your, like, taking your car and like destroying it. Like, more people will be more pissed or less pissed, but like you're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
And then it was revealed that he was on a prank. He seemed to take it pretty well because they like roll up in his actual car with Eric Andre, and like he's like, oh, thank God that's my car's here, not destroyed. It's really what this prank was about. And I don't know if there's any more really to talk about this prank.
No, not really. There was like some good stuff done to Marquis when he was coming in. He got pranked by like the stage manager.
Oh yeah, I have her name written down. Like,
yeah, she fell and then like was bleeding out her nose, then fainted, and they're just like, yeah, just go out. We'll take her care of her. She's fine.
Rachel Wolfson. Well, like the setup, I don't know if they filmed this afterwards, but they were like, yeah, he really thinks I'm a stagehand. And he's like, she's like, I know nothing about being a stagehand. And then he admits that he's terrified of birds. And then they find some fake bird and just throw it at him during the like, what's your prank bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they had to put him in the isolation booth first so he couldn't run away.
Yeah. Some sort of weird penis-shaped isolation booth.
I love... So this very much felt like the Eric Andre show, which has a lot of stage props.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the Eric Andre part comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he got Sinbad to move to North Korea. He played a prank where like the spinning wheel was like, oh yeah, you're gonna get a prize, and it just kept going forever, and then finally Sinbad just stops it. He was legitimately pissed. He's like, I'm done with this.
Okay, I'll have to see that clip. I didn't know.
He's got a good show. I've definitely binged his episodes.
Yeah,
inebriated and none.
And not. The only other thing was at the end at this like live panel show, it's no longer a situationship. They're together.
Wow,
very exciting. Very exciting.
Pranks bringing everybody together.
If you love someone, you must prank them.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that we didn't talk about that I think is probably the funniest part of this show was in the first prank. They made a song for the wedding. It was so good.
Yes.
It was like, I love my sister more than life. Keeping it in the family.
Make her my wife. You know,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm your husband and your brother. You're my sister and my wife. Just like really just like a fun Johnny Knoxville's like bringing fun to the set here.
Yeah.
And
Where Eric Andre is not bringing that much fun to his set.
he's definitely not. Maybe it was a bad episode for him. I don't know. But I love that the entire family was also singing along to the song. Like they'd all practiced it. And these poor, a couple of marks. What were they thinking? That was so good.
Yeah, that was the best part for sure. Anyone else have any other minutia that we need to talk about for this show? Should we get to questions? Who's the worst human being?
Ooh. Is Johnny Knoxville up there for almost getting Eric Andre to quit?
Probably.
Maybe. I mean,
what about the Repo Men?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
It's true. It's true.
I mean, arguably they're just doing their job, but
arguably.
I mean, it's a job that they've chosen to do.
yeah. I think I'm going to be the one brave enough to go there. These guys don't strike me as your average Repo Man. I don't know.
I mean, they're definitely not the intimidation type. Like, I feel Repo guys in my mind, like a stereotype is like someone very intimidating. You know,
Yeah, shaped like Vin Diesel. I don't know. I've never been repoed on.
Shaped like Vin Diesel.
I agree. I think they are going to be some kind of Vin Diesel character.
I'll throw one out there. What about Diana for wanting to like die in her friend's restaurant, her friend's shop?
Yeah,
I'm sure he had it coming.
That's true. That's true. I've heard that.
All right, I'll go with Repo Man. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Would this show be better as a TikTok or Quibi?
Overall, I felt that it moved.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be better as a Quibi. I think an 8-minute prank, I think very doable.
I could buy that.
I think you're stretching some of these pranks to be 20 minutes.
That
second prank definitely didn't need to be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I also think the panel section could be a little shorter.
Yeah. I mean, they're stretching the panel to like stretch the prank when the prank isn't good enough.
Yep.
And, episode 1, they're probably going to have the best prank. So
Probably.
right?
I mean, the Incest Wedding was pretty good.
The wedding was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is though, like the show didn't feel like it dragged.
No, it was pretty good. It wasn't. It's just not the best.
Yeah.
Was this Brian? What do you think? You think it'd be better as a TikTok?
No, although I know I'm going to see them on my TikTok feed at some point. Like,
for sure.
It's very doable, but like, I didn't really feel like it was slow ever. I was like, kind of just really intensely watching it.
I mean, 3-minute version of this, I don't know. 60-second, definitely not.
No,
it was cutting out a lot of little stuff, and some of the little stuff was like nice.
It's true.
I think the little stuff made the show better, right?
Yeah.
Can we all agree this is the downgrade for each one of these hosts?
Yeah. Definitely Johnny Knoxville. Definitely Eric Andre.
And definitely the other woman, Gabby.
Yeah.
Gabourey.
Sidibe.
Like Cabaret.
Okay. All right.
I was going to say, I have not seen Precious, so I cannot say whether it's an upgrade or downgrade.
I mean, it's drinking rules. Drinking rules. Anytime, Johnny Knoxville pranks Eric Andre, take a couple drinks. Brian?
Damn, I was just going to say, every time something explodes, take a drink. But that's going to be a lot of Johnny Knoxville pranks.
No, just as Eric Andre.
Okay.
You could do any explosions in the show.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they like some explosions. I think there was a fire bit in the first prank too, right?
There was. One of the waitresses, the sleeves caught on fire.
Yeah, so they seem to like fire. Anytime there's fire.
Yeah. All right.
No, you got a drinking rule?
Anytime there is, I can't think of the word, but like when the glass dome came over, what did you call it? A prop? A prop. Yeah. Prop.
Any props?
Yeah. Stage props.
Stage prop. Yeah.
Max?
Anytime you say the phrase based on the novel Push by Sapphire, and it's kind of funny, take a drink.
It is a funny title.
Brian, do you have another one?
Anytime there's a taser, take a drink.
Ooh.
I don't know how many tasers are going to come out in this one. It's possible.
Not in this episode, but
It is possible. It's possible.
Tay-Tay.
I don't know. Is there any other good ones?
Do we think Bam's going to be in the show?
Bam
Absolutely,
Margera?
absolutely not.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Yes, he's still alive.
Oh.
Yeah. What a thing to
It was
say.
Steve-O who's dead.
What a thing to say about this? About something.
Evo died?
Wait, is it Steve-O or is
Steve-O's
it one
not
of the
dead.
other ones?
Evo doesn't.
Evo's also not dead.
Steve
Yeah.
is
What
very
is
much
going
alive
on?
and he's living in Florida.
Yeah, I thought because Steve-O's been in some stuff. Yeah.
It's Ryan. Somebody.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but interesting. Steve-O's British.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's British.
Yep.
Okay.
Like,
There you go.
he's
Today
like-
I learned. Today I learned he's British. Who's gonna hook up next?
The brother and sister couple.
I was gonna say Brandon and Marquise.
I think Brian's got it right. Though.
It's Johnny and Eric.
That's true too, but yeah, I think Brian nailed it.
All right. Let's do what do you love about the show, Brian? What do you love about this show?
What do you love that?
That all those hosts have a good rapport with one another. Once that they're having fun, it's great. Like everything felt forced about that show that will not be named.
Oh, you said hosts. I thought you said hose, and I was like, "What?" Like all the. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, all those hoes, man. Like
I was like, what?
Eric Andre is definitely a hoe.
Like, I was so confused. Max.
I thought the pranks really worked for me. You know?
Yeah.
Noah, what do you got for me? What do you love about this show?
I really like the attention to detail. Like we keep going into it, right? Like I think the setups are good, but the detail is what makes it. So yeah.
Yeah, I like the attitude of everyone involved. Like they must be doing some sort of vetting against the other people because they don't seem to be like they seem to be taking the pranks pretty well, and everyone seems to be like, yeah, we're just we're having fun. We're not trying to like murder some people,
Right.
as a prank. Which is
Like we've
No.
watched other prank shows too where the goal is just to freak people out.
it was the Stranger Things one.
Yeah. The one with Dustin.
Oh, God, that was
It was like
Prank encounters.
yes, that was it. It was like trying to scare people as a prank. It's just like not fun.
Yeah.
not good.
All right, so we'll do our last question. We do a rating system between top, middle, bottom, third. Brian, what's your rating?
I'm gonna go put it in the top. It's not top of the top, but I think it's like pretty up there. I added it to my watch list immediately. Like I think it's gonna
Wow.
be good fun every week.
Max, what do you got?
Top
for me?
top third. Bottom of the top. Like it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my god, greatest thing of all time. But it stands out from the pack.
Noah, what do you got for me?
I'm really torn here. Like I think just in general, like prank shows are really hard to get to the top for me. Like there has to be a prank show quality of Crank Anchors. Like Crank Anchors.
Oh,
Cool.
royalty.
Bro, right? And so
Top of the top.
top of the top. It
Is
really
Crank Anchors a reality show?
I think so.
I have no idea how to describe it.
I mean, I know what it is. I've seen it.
Yeah. Let's see what the internet. Anyway,
Noah, you just
digress. So yeah, I have a hard time putting it in the top, but easily top of the middle. Very well done. Maybe I'll regret doing the middle, and I'll have to forgive myself and give Prank Panel one ups in the future. But yeah, middle, top of the middle.
Yeah, I also agree with you, Noah. I think that this show is on the borderline of top and middle. I think that you watch one really good prank and you watch one really mediocre prank that was okay, and it's like, well, is each episode going to be that top of the top? Like that first prank, that's a top third show. Second prank, middle third show, and so I'll put it in the top because I think Johnny Knoxville is really funny and I like his attitude. So we'll keep it there, but it's not a strong top. It's it's a prank show. They can have good pranks, they can have bad pranks, and it's a 20-minute prank show. Like, be one thing when they had like, what was the MTV prank show? Punked.
Yeah.
Like where they have multiple pranks in episodes. You don't have to always have a banger. It's like the format of the show gotta have a banger. If you don't have, if one of these isn't a banger, like you just turn it off.
Yeah,
It's too long.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's why
I think
little
that's like
jokes
the
help.
issue with this show compared to other reality shows. It's like the production cost is going to be higher because you're probably going to have to shoot 3, I assume, to get 2 good ones at least, right? Like, whereas reality TV, you just have so much content, and you can edit however you see fit, and you make it work.
I mean, you'd hope that you would throw out the bad ones.
You'd hope, right? Quick fun fact: so there are recent episodes of Crank Yankers. It debuted in 2002, but they did a season 6 that spanned 2021 all the way into July 2022. So still under a year old, which I think is prime enough for the pod. If we
I
do
wonder
Fun
if it's
fact.
like.
I
Go
knew
ahead.
that.
I wonder if it was like super easy to just do during COVID. That's why it came
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Everybody's stuck at home. Just give them a call.
it is true. Like they have really good names on here of like people who showed up. Jimmy Kimmel does a lot of calls. Adam Carolla does a lot.
Wow, what a way to get me not interested.
You like Jimmy Kimmel?
Adam
Like,
Carolla.
Jimmy
What a
Man Show?
douche.
No, I don't like Jimmy Kimmel.
Well,
You don't
yeah,
like-
JB Smooth. You know,
Oh, JV Smooth. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
maybe I'm
that
back
was-
in.
no. Well, you can just skip the Keel you don't like.
I know, but just starting off with Kimmel, I was like,
how do you not like Jimmy Kimmel?
he's the most whatever dude in the universe.
Is it because he's too mainstream? Like I don't know. I feel like
No, he's just not funny.
All right, Max. Jimmy Kimmel or Adam Carolla?
Okay, the better question is Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. And I would say which one because I was definitely thinking of Fallon, not Kimmel.
I mean, Fallon was funny on SNL. Kimmel, I'm not sure was ever funny.
Not a fan of either Jimmy.
Really?
Okay, but what about Adam Carolla? What's your opinions on Adam Carolla?
He's like a right wing weirdo now.
Yeah, I know.
It's-
Well, that's why I'm saying like he's in the show. He's the one that would make me not watch the show. Like I don't want to watch right wing weirdos
Yeah,
prank calls.
yeah.
We don't like ring.
Weirdos.
Ring.
Okay, all right. So we know no one's gonna shout out that show, but see if we have any other shout outs. Brian, do you have any shout outs?
There's a new season of I Think You Should Leave. It already has a great skit with like a reality
yeah.
TV show and a zip line. Go watch it.
Oh, I saw that on TikTok.
Yep.
Was there more to that bit than the TikTok?
Not really. The best part was in the TikTok, but like there wasn't also much more to that anyway.
Okay, because that was pretty good.
Yeah,
I definitely will find that TikTok for sure.
Also, like this show, it's gonna have some misses and a lot of bangers, but it just ride through it.
So is this a like skit show?
Yeah, it's a like. That's also where like we're all trying to find out who did this came from. Like some hot dog cart drove to the store, and then a dude with a hot dog suit is like, "Yeah, we gotta find this dude."
Okay.
So the story of this show is SNL hired him to write for them, and all his shit was too weird, so none of it ever made it to air, and he quit after a season. And Netflix hired him to do all his weird shit.
Okay. You might have to just send me the good ones. I
All
feel
right.
like I'm not gonna like half of them, so you just have to tell
Yeah,
me.
the
All right, I'll
hot
do that.
dog's a good one.
Max, do you have any shout outs?
I thought the ending of Succession was really good.
I still need to watch the season.
What about the ending of Barry? Has anyone watched the end of Barry?
No,
I haven't
but
watched any of it, but I'm catching up.
I've seen a couple episodes here and there. It seems fun.
I mean, Barry seasons 1 and 2 are pretty fun. 3 and 4 get pretty dark.
It's very dark.
It changes. It's definitely a different show. Like,
Yeah.
I'm watching season 4. I'm like, the show used to be fun. Like, I'm not that upset about it, but like, and I think the ending was really good, but it's not the ending of Barry from episode 1 that I would say was good. It's like go through this journey, and it's like, yeah, it's good, but I don't know. It's one of those weird shows.
It goes from, I mean, they still have comedy bits. So I'm still early in season 4, but it's like the whole shtick of the mobsters dating each other and then trying to pull off like a business seminar, and like doing all the kitschy business thing. Like
it still has humor throughout the whole thing, but it's not like, hey, this is a former hitman taking acting classes because he's finding meaning in it, and like him being in this whole different world. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
and now Barry, they do like the end of the show is just nothing close to that at all.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm so excited to get into Succession. Like, it's been hard to not see any spoilers, and luckily I haven't.
Oh, holy shit!
But like, it's I'm excited.
Noah, you have any shout outs?
No, I'm in the middle of a lot of stuff. So I finished Ted Lasso, that the final episode of the supposed series, although Apple just called it a season finale, dropped, and it ended really nicely. Like, I think they made a good call ending it after 3 seasons. Even this last season, they started to pull out some more typical like sitcom tropes, just to like package in the content. It felt like a little bit, and so I think if they went another season, it would have ruined the magic of it.
Yeah, I haven't watched the finale yet, but
I think 3 seasons is a good goal for a show.
Well, especially one based off an SNL character. Like, you got your money's worth out of that.
Well, it's like a drama, there's only like so many episodes you can really make kind of like a drama without it turning very soap opera-y.
Yeah. Although I could see a spin-off focused on Roy Kent. I think like his character really just pops off, and
he doesn't die.
Roy Kent.
I'm just messing with you.
I think he has the most developed character on the show, and he's so fun to watch. I think you could see the progression of him. You go back when he was like a soccer rock star, etc. I think that'd be cool.
I do think that Apple TV is definitely not going to let this show just die. So prepare yourself for more Ted Lasso, because it might not be Ted Lasso, but it might be Roy Kent or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been watching more of the Survive Alaska show. What's that called? Race to Survive Alaska. Yeah. It's pretty good. Like, it's still the like bros that won the first race. They're terrible at surviving. And so I want to see how they like last out the season, because like some other people are like much better, and some people like some people are helping each other, which was kind of interesting. And so I definitely think it's still a pretty compelling show. Definitely recommend watching more of that show. I think that's kind of all my shout outs. Silo, I'm still watching Silo, but it's like hard to recommend. Episodes 1 and 2 were great.
Right
now it's kind of like lost in some sort of meddling plot that you're like, what's going on? I want to know more about this mystery, please.
I feel like this is a show where HB or Apple, like they're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit with the weekly drops. I think if you allowed people to binge on this, then they're not caught up in like this really weird story dynamic. And I think the way you can only pull it off is in a non-streaming universe. Like when you have everyone on Westworld and everyone's talking about it and then like picking apart, but people don't want to do that shit, right? Like let them watch it, then discuss.
As a counterpoint, though, I think that schedule kind of worked for Severance. But also Severance is a significantly better show than almost anything else out there.
I mean, I'm definitely more a week-to-week person. I like a week-to-week show. I don't like if you want to binge it, great. Wait till it's over.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine.
I like
also,
when they.
I think it'd be great to like at the end of the season be like, okay, go binge watch this because it'll be better for you. Right now, don't watch it week to week because I'm not sure how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Like multiple shows happened this season where like Mrs. Davis, I told you to watch it, and then it turned out fucking batshit insane. You should go listen to my review of that. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
It was last week.
Just like the insanity of that show. And then like Yellow Jackets this season ended up being really weird and kind of slow. And it's like, oh, do you really recommend Yellow Jackets? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I wish Apple made clearer is like, at least for us, we started like several Apple TV shows, and we just assume the content's all there, and so we're watching. It's like, what? What do you mean?
That's it.
It's like there's only episode 3. Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Like
you got.
We got hard.
They got you.
Yeah.
Now you're stuck with Apple TV, spending $6 more on Apple TV.
So like,
all right,
probably $14.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You can always just wait a month and then subscribe again.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
All right. Anyway, that's it for us this week. Vote on our poll on Twitter what you thought about this show at Who Put This On. You can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On. Email questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. We'll see you guys next time.